Okay, you guys, what is up? The King of Lightning is here today to do Kuroko no Basket Chapter 258 review. That is 258 of Kuroko. So now, today I'm a very busy bee, and I must be on my way. So, this review will be quick. And normally they are, to be very honest. Normally Kuroko no Basket Chapter reviews are quick. Because everything is simple, straightforward, and it's very easy to perceive. So the thing here is that this week's chapter ends off, they're at the 15-point mark. I was like, whoa. Because it was a little bit too fast for me. I'm like, whoa. Because they had just taken 5 points like that. Like nothing, like clockwork. Hyūga shot on the 3. Then he was able to actually overcome Ryo, because Ryo missed a shot. And then finally we have Teppei overcome Nibuya. Grabs the rebound, passes the ball to Kagami. Kagami coast to coast, bam, in. Done. So that threw me off because it was very quick. 5 points like that. And right now we're at the 15-point difference. So that's a huge change. That's a huge change from 20. It really is. And the thing here is that it's probably going to lead Akashi to trying his more risky stuff. Well, either now or when they get into the 10-point margin. Then we can say that they're going to start doing the risky stuff. Or at least Akashi is. However, Kagami has yet to enter the deeper realms of the zone. And it was a good sign to see, and I call this. I said that Teppei had to overcome Nibuya. He had to. There was no ifs, ands, or buts about it. He had to overcome Nibuya. And lo and behold, he overcomes Nibuya. Now, it's through this means of him subconsciously holding back because he doesn't want to aggravate his injury. Because at the beginning of the chapter, we have Teppei and, Hyūga, they're talking, flashback, and basically the flashback lets us know that after this is all said and done, they still want to be able to play basketball together with Teppei. They still want Teppei to be able to actually, operate well with his knee and not have like a broken knee at the end of the day. And the thing here is that after Hyūga overcomes Ryo, and he sees how Ryo has like these certain changes in his center of gravity, therefore he's able to actually foresee, he's able to predict that heaven was a fake and he was going for Earth instead. Where he's actually able to get in Ryo's face, and Ryo like misses the shot completely. Well, not completely, but he misses the shot. And then you have this battle of the big guys, alright? Nibuya straight muscle, right? Muscle box out, like muscle box out. And you have the situation where Teppei all of a sudden takes off, or he removes these subconscious limiters that he has on him. And he actually starts to put his genuine effort into it. And to me, it makes sense. But I just find it a little bit odd how it takes this point in the game for him to do so. Like, it wasn't early on, it wasn't middle of the game when they were getting their ass kicked. No, it was this point in the game where they're actually riding this momentum train. To where now they say, okay, so now Teppei said, alright, no, so now the limiters are off, I'm gonna go ham. And that's the only thing that I find odd about the entire thing. About the entire situation. I mean, him holding back subconsciously does make sense, because you don't want to aggravate the injury. I mean, I know firsthand, because my left knee had issues when I was in high school. Football. I mean, that's the way it was. I mean, and I couldn't really put that much pressure on my left knee for a long period of time. I didn't want to aggravate it, even during games. So that does hold you back subconsciously. And we have this battle between these two where Teppei finally overcomes Nibuya, genuinely so. and he does a spin move in front of Nibuya, grabs his rebound, and again passes the ball to Kagami. So in this case, he uses his agility to overcome Nibuya's power, his strength. Alright, good. But of course, that pivot is going to put a lot of strain on his knee. But at this point in time, again, it's the last quarter. It's like 9 minutes to go, and they have to win the game. Alright, so that's the way it is. Now, other things I want to point out in the chapter that were interesting. Well, first of all, Riko being like, she starts to cry a little bit because she knows that Teppei is doing something that may injure him. That may be Teppei is doing something that may lead to a permanent injury, to like for life. And normally, had he actually, taken a break from basketball throughout high school, he would have made a full recovery. And now at this point in time, it's going to take him. Well, before he started going all out, it would have taken him even longer to reach a full recovery. But now, because he's going all out, that may not be possible. Again, we're not too sure. Also, in the chapter, we get to see we get to hear something fascinating about like this whole talk thing, where apparently voice matters. All right, and there are certain types of voices. You have the voice of Kiyoshi, for example, who really calms you down. The same thing kind of with Izuki. And then you have the voice of Hyūga that's loud, boisterous, it pumps up, it motivates you. It gets you to where you're going. So apparently, that was one of like the qualities, apparently, of Hyūga that were noteworthy in this chapter. That he had a very good voice, that his voice had returned. And despite the fact that he had despite the fact that he had 4 fouls, because of Idariko's slap to the back, his nervousness has seemed to have dissipated. So, that being said, the chaptering overall, it's a good chapter in the respect of Seirin actually making a lot of leeway, 5 points, and now it's a 15, point spread. And Kiyoshi's actually going to be able to go all out against Nibuya. And that's going to be a huge asset when it comes to the paint area, when it comes to rebounds. So, what happens now is, it all depends on Akashi and Kagami. It all depends really on those two. Can Akashi pull out the tricky stuff, or will Kagami be able to go deeper into the zone in time and just start dominating? Just like on some Air Jordan shit. Fly like an eagle. Like, whoa. Like, no one's stopping him. And also, I want to mention one last thing. Maybe it was just me, but it seemed like the artwork was a little bit, off. I don't know. Maybe it was just me, because it kind of felt that way. I'm not too sure. At the beginning of the chapter, it felt kind of murky. It felt kind of murky. Again, maybe it's just me. I don't know. But that's the way I perceived it. But that means I'm done. The chaptering overall, I'm going to give it a rating of a good. And I will see you guys later. King Lightning. Peace. Have a nice day.